Welcome to my beginner's F2L tutorial where I'll teach you how to insert the first two layers in a beginner's fashion. So let's scramble our cube up and get straight into it. So we have a few basic cases. The first one I'll talk through is this. This is ultimately what we want to sort of create. We want this pair where the edge here is connected to the corner. And what we can do is we can go ahead and insert this. Contrary to how you'd insert it previously, we don't move it away and insert it like this. What we do instead is we match up opposite colours. So if we have the corner over where it needs to be, we move this white bit away. And what this does is we match up the opposite colours. Rather than matching up this blue here, we match up the red with the blue, and then we lift up this slot and insert it like that. Now, that is the first basic case, pieces together. Our next basic case is opposite colours on top. So what we can see is here I've got green on top with red on the side, but on the edge I've got red on top with the green on the side. Now I can move them, and if we notice, this matches them up. So what I need to do is I need to line up this corner over where it needs to go. So this is the red and green, so I put over the red and the green bit. Now I match it up like this. However, if you had a case like this, matching up like that wouldn't work. So for our basic case, what we need is we need these two to be opposite like this, and we match them up. And now what we've done, what I want to understand is that these are all slots, okay? So if we match it up here, this is the slot. So we just insert it into the slot, match up the white corner with the edge, and bring it back down. So now we've sort of entered it in. So we can also, let's just review that again. So here, I've now got the case again. I line up the corner over where it needs to be, match up the piece like this, put it into a slot and back down. So that is our second basic case. So now a quick sort of variation which we're going to have is many cases will exist where I've got two colours that are the same like this. So here, if I match it up, it wouldn't work because opposite colours. So we want to ultimately reduce it to a stage where this is next to this and they're paired up together before we insert it. So here what we'll learn is how to hide pieces. So I check to make sure that this back slot is empty. So I'll be moving this face. I can tell this because this is the white spot on it. Because if I were to hide it like this, they don't pair up like that. So as this face has the white colour pointing out on it, I hide it down like this. So I want to check to make sure that this back slot is empty, because if it already has a pair in, it will destroy that pair. So I check to make that back slot's empty, and I hide this down. Now what I can do is I do a U2 and bring it next to where, so when I bring it up, it's matched up like this. Now I can go ahead and insert it as such, but it won't always be here like this. Sometimes it will be over here, but this is the same thing. I check, see, this has the white colour on this face, so I'll be moving this face. And look, make sure, yes, this is hidden here in the back, and in the back we've got nothing. So I hide this down like this, as this has the white colour, and I move it only one instead, so that when I bring it up, it's next to it and paired, and then I can go ahead and insert it. So let's get to the next bit. So the next bit is we've still got opposite colours we have on like this. However, it's not over here, so I can't pair it like that. And remember, I want to be moving this face because this is the white colour on it. So I need this to go over there, because if I go like this and pair it, I've got white on top and this is incorrect. So the same thing that I did when I was pairing the last setup was I want to hide this, and I check, make sure that this little back bit is empty, because otherwise I will destroy whatever is made up there. So I want to hide this down like this and move it over here, so that when I pair this up it matches. I don't want it to come here, because then it's inserted back down. Don't want it here, because that doesn't match. So I need it to be opposite. So with the white colour here, I would need it to go over there, so that when it pairs up, it's correct like this. So now I've got the case which I had earlier, the basic case, where I put the corner where it needs to go, pair it up, insert it to the slot, and bring it back down. Okay, and now let's go on to a few more advanced cases. So here, now what I have is I've got this pair here with white on top. Now I can't have that, so what I need to do is I need to make it into one of the other cases where I've not got white on top, and that involves me doing it like this and moving it out of the way. But first things first is to make sure that the corner is over an empty slot. So here I already have the block that we just built in, so I push it over to here so that I've got an empty block. It's not breaking anything. Now it doesn't matter which way you do this. I want to bring it up and over like this so that white's not on top, move it out the way and down. However, don't bring it down like this, because now I've just put the edge that matches up with this into the slot. So I've got to make sure when I'm moving this over that whatever is in this three isn't one of the pieces I need. And now I've just got the case that I had earlier where I can pair it up like that and insert it. So let's take a look at some other cases. Here is probably one of the more advanced cases. So I've got the edge that matches up with this in the corner. So what I can do is I take that edge out just like that. So I do an R, U, move it out of the way and back down again. However, make sure I'm not bringing the corner down, so I couldn't do this because now I've just inserted the corner that goes with that edge. So I need to make sure, again, like last time, that whatever is in this 3 rows are empty. And now I've got a case I showed earlier where I check to make sure the back little section is empty and move it over like this. And now insert it as such. So we can also say have a case like this where they're over and one's facing obviously up. So I can fix this in one move effectively, where I bring it over like this and down. That way I've got rid of white on top and I've taken the edge out. So check to make sure the back's clear and move it over. And now it's the case we had earlier. So those are all the main cases for intuitive F2L. I'll just scramble up the cube and we'll go through a little walk through F2L. So the first bit in this little walkthrough solve where I show my F2L is to build the cross. Now I've got a video already up on this if you don't already know. So now what I want to look for is my first set of F2L pairs, which is this. They've got opposite colours on top. So I know I said normally I would hide the one with the white, but I want to break these up. So I can't move it like that because that hides the edge as well. So it's got to be broken up like this. And now they're opposite like that and I can insert it as such. So I look for my next pair where I've got the edge there and the corner here. So much like when we've got the edge in, I take the corner out and now identify what case I have. So I've got opposite colours, so I can just insert it like that, bring it over where it needs to be, pair them up and insert it into the slot. And now look, I've got another case like this. So check to make sure the back slot's empty and break them up. And now it's the case I had before with opposite colours where I pair them up and insert them into the slot. So again, I've got a case like this where I can bring it out and I've got white on top, so I'll just move it over like that, but I can't do this because it inserts the corner back in. Can't do this because this would insert the edge piece in, so I've got to make sure that these three are empty. So now I can pair these up. Now I need to hide this to move it next to it, as these have the same top colours. So I'll make sure that this back slot is empty and move it next to it. And now line up the incorrect colours like this and move the slot upwards like this. Not this face, because otherwise I'm hiding this. I need to bring the opposite face up, insert it into the slot and down, and then I can go ahead and finish up with OLL and PLL. So now we have just solved the cube. I will have videos on the OLL and PLL so that you can learn how to do them the same way that I just did. This was a beginner's F2L tutorial. If you don't understand anything, please comment it so that I can get back to you and help, and hopefully answer any questions you might have. If you haven't watched my video on the cross, go and watch that. If you found this video a little too easy or you already knew F2L, I will get some advanced and intermediate tutorials up so that you can progress onwards, and that's for anybody who's learnt this and wants to get better as well. So thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.